I fell in love with guitars at about 4 years old. I had probably a collection of 10 or 12 by the time I was 13. I didn't so much care about the Fenders and Gibsons that everybody wanted. It was more the, what can I find that nobody knows about that's really cool, that's just as good as those Fender and Gibson guitars. The goal of the store here is to have a cool, eclectic selection of vintage and rare stuff that, most of the time is going to be something anybody can afford, from somebody starting out to somebody collecting, somebody professional who just wants something oddball. And, we do get higher end stuff in, and mostly it goes very fast. I got a few vintage Gibsons in last week, and they're all gone this week. So I know what I'm looking for in vintage Strat or something. I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to take the pick guard off. I'm going to look for certain tooling and routing marks that would be common to guitars that were built in that factory at that time. And if they're not there, then I don't buy it. This little guitar, I was just shopping around, antique dealer. And he pulled this out and said, I got an old beat up guitar that I don't know if you'd be interested in. It's a kid's guitar, a little one. So 200 years ago, all guitars were this small. It's got a solid one-piece maple back on it, little cedar top. And the shape of it is Stauffer style, which was who Martin trained under. This guitar was found in an estate in upstate New York. Had been in for repair probably 150 years ago, and somebody changed out these tuners. There weren't too many places to take a guitar in New York then, and these were the German-style tuners that Martin used. So who did the repair is, we don't know who made the guitar. The Martin people have asked all kinds of questions and been over and taken all kinds of pictures and want more measurements and want to go inside it and probably pull the back off it and all kinds of stuff. There's only one other known example of a guitar with this style headstock and this body that's been identified as a Martin. This would be the second one. Martin or not, it's an 1830s guitar that's playable. That's likely one of the first American guitars ever built. If I'm driving down the road and I see an old Gibson sign or something in the window, an old beat-up guitar, I'm gonna stop. When I go home, I'm on Craigslist. If there's guitars there, that's where I want to be. I went and did a show a couple months ago in Dallas and left with an empty van. And we'd already purchased a $1,000 booth at the show to fill with guitars to sell there. So we left 4 days early and hit every music store and pawn shop and antique store along the way and had a completely full booth 4 days later, full of vintage, rare, unique guitars. We started here in Phoenix with an empty van, then down to Tucson. We hit Las Cruces and Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Gallup, Amarillo, Austin, on to Houston, and then landed in Dallas. I left with an empty van, paid for the trip and made some money, and came back with a load full of guitars. I can go out on any given day and have fun buying guitars and come home and I made a couple $1,000, and that's not much to complain about. I was obsessed when I was a kid, and now it's a madness. So